You have a purpose for what you want to read, whether that be to fall asleep, to learn, or relax. Many people want to read, but I want you to ask yourself, why are you reading this content? Does this tip align with your purpose? If not, discard. In other words, adapt these tips. In other words, adapt these tips or use them as you see fit. I hope I made that clear. Okay, first things first, this might seem irrelevant, but humans remember the ideas of what they read, not the exact contents. If you want to be able to get every idea out of what you read, then you need to be asking the right questions. Answers don't beg the questions, but questions are the answer. People typically are able to store 5 to 9 questions in working memory. So before a reading section, ask those questions and, needless to say, answer them at the end so as to retain your knowledge. Next, take breaks. Concentration starts to wane after 25 to 30 minutes, and so you're better off treating it like a marathon, not a sprint. You might be wondering how long your breaks should be. After reading some books, articles, you name it, while experimenting on myself, I came to the conclusion that the best thing for me is the Pomodoro technique, which entails taking a 5-minute break after a 25-minute Pomodoro, and then after 4 of which, you then take a longer 15 to 30-minute break, and then the cycle repeats itself. During these breaks in the beginning of which, recall what you read, which could take the form of writing answers to questions you may have written. Then, right when you're about to go back into the reading session, recall again. This effort will help consolidate the information that you learned into long-term memory. Before you read, particularly if you are dealing with textbook material, scope the subject, as in organize the book by parts, then by chapters, and then sections. This will help you scope the forest from the trees, if that makes sense. Maybe even mind map the contents just like I did. Now, that is next level. Next, don't read the words. Look, you will forget the words you read, but less likely the pictures you see, which help form the ideas that you will then absorb. There's a quote that I heard before that I think encapsulates this quite well. What I hear, I forget. What I see, I remember. What I do, I understand. So what are you to do? Form the pictures. What are you to see? The pictures. Hence, you will be more likely to remember and understand what you are reading. By turning the words you look at into pictures and meshing that with another accordingly for each succeeding word/phrase you look at, it will get easier over time until it becomes automatic for you. Lastly, you can't learn that which you think you already know. Thus, forget what you know. Even write down whatever's on your mind if that's what it takes for you to focus on whatever you're reading, as without focus, you can't really have any shot at taking in the information you're trying to absorb. Adios.